Hello and welcome back to Oswego State ACHA hockey here on YouTube Live. Lakers trail now just 3-2 after back-to-back goals from Ryan Bartlett. What a night for him, or afternoon rather for him, as the Niagara Purple Eagles were up 3-0, essentially ending any sort of, I'll call it, I don't know, hope you want maybe, any sort of momentum that the Lakers had. And then all of a sudden, Ryan Bartlett takes a weird shot, or taps the puck away from, I believe it was Seth Coulter, to make it 3-1, and somehow got past Michael Calibret. And then he took a weird angle shot on that far side that hit Calibret and somehow trickled on the inside of the post and trickled past the goal line. So Lakers trail now just 3-2 with 20 minutes to go in regulation, looking to potentially tie this one up. You got to imagine the momentum might be on Oswego State's side here. Kind of hard to tell. They did have a last-second chance. John McAndrew standing tall early, or late in the second period. After some big saves, including a couple on the breakaway. Lakers trailing just 3-2, but trailing the shots 30-19. Oswego State has somewhat figured out Calibret. We'll have to see if they can figure out him at least one more time to potentially tie this one. Oswego State wins the faceoff. Throwing it down low is going to be Zach Dorito. That line of Dorito, Keys, and Palfy out there now. Looking like maybe to give Trent King, Saselka, and company some rest to start the period. Back in the neutral zone now for Niagara. They just throw it down low. John McAndrew stays in his crease. The defenseman there instead. Glove down at the blue line by McCormick. McCormick loses the puck. Palfy almost gets it in the neutral zone. Eventually it does sneak out of there. Lakers have possession. Flipping it down low is Palfy into the far corner. Lakers go for a line change. It's going to be that line. Ryan Bartlett on it. He's got both of the Lakers' goals so far. Renzoni banks it against the boards, kicks off the linesman. Here comes Ryan Bartlett, maybe looking for it. Instead, can't get a shot off. Niagara right there to kick everything away, literally. And Trent King skating now with some speed. Trent King gets it up front, looking for Ryan Bartlett, poked away by a Niagara defenseman. Trent King, with some great patience, almost finds Ryan Bartlett just outside of the slot. Nothing doing with 18:45 to go in the period. Now here comes Ryan Bartlett again. Only got one to beat. He's harassed, though, by a defenseman. Loses the puck, losing it to Logan Furlong. Good chance there for Ryan Bartlett. Just had no help there. And it goes now into the defensive zone for Furlong. Furlong far side over to Connor Loft. Back now to Alex Little. Little skating into the neutral zone across the red line up the middle. Little skating in, chips it forward over to Furlong. Furlong has it in the near corner. Ben Kiefer stops him. Lakers come away with it, but cough it up over to the Purple Eagles on the far side, taking a weird angle shot. That one's patted away or sticked away by McAndrew. Back to the blue line now for Aiden Kalin, and now here comes a chance for the Lakers with some speed. That's Ryan Bartlett. Shot, and that one goes wide and high over the crossbar. A good shot with a powerful shot from Ryan Bartlett there. Some big speed on that puck, but that one just goes wide after a nice chance from him. Again, he's got both of the Lakers' goals to make it a 3-2 game of scoring back-to-back. Niagara skating in, looking for a deflection from slot. Nothing doing. That one goes ahead of the teammate that Cody Gwidnison was looking for. In the neutral zone for the Lakers, they throw it down. That's going to be icing as it goes well wide of, it looks like they were trying to potentially hit Michael Calibret, but it goes wide of him, so Lakers will have a defensive zone face-off. With 17:38 to go in the period, Oswego State trailing just 3-2. Again, after the back-to-back goals from Ryan Bartlett during the period, both kind of awkward angle or just weird goals, dirty area, bouncing puck, whatever you want to call it. By the way, a goal's a goal. Oswego State wins the face-off. They have a little bit of speed, maybe a little bit tired after the icing. Bailey Dowse gets bumped off the puck after he goes sliding along the board. Still can't get up. It's at the far corner. Eventually gets up, but Nolan Sullivan has it first back to the blue line. Shot. That one goes just wide of the net mouth for the defenseman for the Lakers, that being Carson Crawford, it looked like. End boards for the Lakers, or the Purple Eagles. Schneidmiller gets it all the way down, or tries to get it all the way down, blocked up in front by his own teammate Jacob Kalin. Kalin now has it below the goal. Kalin up into the neutral zone, finding Johnny Westco. Westco looking for a teammate and elects to dump it down the ice instead. Duncan Crawford has it over to the far boards, kicks off the skate, and then a poke check for the Lakers. What a shot, what a defensive play for John Manzi. Nice poke check by John Manzi after it kicked off a Lakers skates. Niagara gets no chance there, and so McCormick, after it wraps all the way, will have to just throw it in from the neutral zone after all that. 16:40 to go in the period. Niagara has offensive zone face possession. The Lakers eventually come away with it into the neutral zone. Skating it with some room, takes a shot. Calibret holds onto it with a glove. As coming in with that shot, wait for him to turn around so we can see. It looked like John Manzi with that shot, rather. No, it was Jeremy Keys. I was right on the first time. Always trust your gut, right? 16:25 to go in the period. Lakers trailing just 3-2 with the far side offensive zone face-off. Jeremy Keys with a nice shot there. That was gloved down. No one there for a rebound either way. The Lakers win that face-off and get it down low. Zach Dorito the puck just hops over his stick. So Niagara gets possession back up to the blue line. Jeremy Keys swats at it. McCormick trying to get it out. Now it's at the blue line for the Lakers, who just throw it into the opposite corner. Keys trying to throw it down low, harassed by Shabbat. Eventually goes onto the stick of Adam Soika. Soika just throws it down low, and holding onto it is John McAndrew as he jumps up and catches that like an outfielder. 15:55 to go. Lakers still trailing 3-2 with a couple chances early in this one and some good defensive plays early in this one for both sides. While we have this moment, just as a reminder, Oswego State will be on the road next weekend once again to the University of Delaware, and I can confirm with you that they have a top-notch broadcast down in Delaware, so that's also a key ACHA matchup for the Lakers, maybe looking to get some momentum. Or excuse me, they play tomorrow at Niagara. I forgot it's Friday. I'm so used to it being Saturday and having to work on a Friday, but my bad. They play Niagara tomorrow as Oswego State has it in the neutral zone, and no offsides, but it gets batted in the neutral zone, so the Lakers will have to wait. Kiefer just chips it in. No offsides. Holding on to that's Connor Loft. He's harassed by Ben Kiefer for a second before peeling back and returning to the spot on the defensive blue line. Kiefer still harassing players. That time, Jacob Cassette. Niagara can't get into their offensive zone. Connor Loft has it, holding on to it, trying to get a long stretch pass, batting around. Now Jacob Cassette again. Cassette skating down to the red line. Up in front, shot, looking for a tip. Nothing doing, batted away by the Lakers. That one goes all the way down the ice. No icing, however. Winning that race nonetheless, though, is Alex Little. Alex Little loses the puck, and it's up in front. Shot, rebound opportunity. What a save! Michael Calibret. John Manzi wanted that one as he's up in front skating around. Nothing doing, however, for the Lakers. 14:50. Yeah. John Manzi loses that face-off to the Purple Eagles over to the far side of Charlie Belanger. So the Purple Eagles will try to get out of their zone. Eventually they do, as Aiden Kalin throws it down the ice. Skating it with some Charlie Belanger, pokes it in, and it's just wide. A nice leg save there from John McAndrew, shoving at it a couple times was a Niagara Purple Eagle. I missed who they thought they scored, but McAndrew standing tall late in this one, trying to keep this one a one-goal game. Lakers having some momentum on both sides of the ice. Kalin leaves it off for his teammate. Shot, that one sticked away by John McAndrew, taking the shot originally with Seth Coulter. Lakers come away with the puck. They try to get it out and eventually don't, as bodies collide there on the near side. And here comes Belanger. Belanger looking for a shot, leaves it off for a teammate. Shot, that one's poked away. Another shot, that one's bouncing just wide after it hit a stick. Someone doesn't have a stick, it's one of the Lakers. That being Gavin Black, who can't skate over and get it right away. Niagara still has possession. Essentially, we'll call it a 5-on-4.5. Gavin Black without his stick. Up in front, John McAndrew stops that one to stop the pressure. 13:47 to go in the period. Niagara still leading 3-2. Stoppage in play. Gavin Black will get a stick, but he heads off into the bench anyway. Lakers and Niagara both changing lines. So anyway, as I was saying, I thought they were at Delaware next, but they're not. They're at Niagara tomorrow afternoon, so we stay here tomorrow afternoon. Unfortunately, we'll not have a broadcast tomorrow afternoon, but again, Niagara does have their Flow hockey stream. Not sure if you have to pay for it or not, but they do have something to watch. Niagara with it at the blue line now. That takes a shot, and that one's hits the stick of Keys. That shot initially coming from Dean Taylor, so that one goes up into the netting, so it'll be another stoppage with 13:33 to go. Lakers with another defensive zone faceoff. But after tomorrow afternoon, that's when the Lakers do head down south to Delaware or not really. Yeah, it is south to Delaware for a conference matchup, looking to close out their last away weekend before Stony Brook. Back to the red line now or blue line now for the Purple Eagles. Lakers just trying to swat at it and get it away, and eventually they knock it down the ice. Calibret will stop that one and sticks it away as the Lakers getting close, that being Zach Dorito. Over the far boards now, the Lakers come away with it. Jeremy Keys tries to get back to a defenseman. The Purple Eagles strip it away, looking for a shot. That one's ticked away by a defenseman, that being Carson Crawford, it looked like, and it was. As Niagara couldn't get a clean shot off and haven't been able to for a little bit of time now. Niagara still with possession, players flying all around the ice. That one goes over to the far boards. Niagara holding on to it. There's a clean shot. That one's blocked up in front by the Lakers. It's Niagara still got possession, looking for a wraparound. Another awkward angle shot. John McAndrew makes a save with 12:45 to go. Players colliding, and there's going to be a penalty against the Purple Eagles now. Jeremy Keys throws it down the ice. Calibret stops the puck, and so the Lakers will be going on to the man advantage with 12:38 to go. It's going to be a roughing minor going up against Dean, looks like Dean Taylor. Have to see what number pops up there, but it doesn't, so it's just 2 minutes on the clock. It looks like Dean Taylor in the box. I'm not sure for a roughing penalty. So Lakers on the man advantage, and that at least against Canisius the first game, not the outdoor game. The Canisius game the first time on that Saturday, which would have been the 31st. It's going to go, looks like we are going to have a timeout for Oswego State. 12:38 to go in the period. Timeout with Lakers as they look to draw something up, but they were pretty strong that first game against the Golden Griffins, as it looked fairly interesting as they won. I believe it was I can't remember off the top of my head now. 5-3, if memory serves me correct. A couple power play goals there, as the Lakers maybe look to try to do something here to keep that momentum going. I don't believe they've had at least a couple shots on net to start the third period, but the Lakers looking to tie this one up about midway through the third period with a roughing call going against Niagara. And again, that looks like Dean Taylor, but I'm going to have to check that, or listen for it rather, as he sits in the box during the timeout. Kind of a rough way to have to wait a little bit longer than 2 minutes for a timeout, you know. But at least it's not the outdoor game where maybe the penalty itself was having to sit in the outdoors on the far side without your teammates in the outdoor game. But either way, Lakers on the power play. Dorito with it for the. It is Dean Taylor. Carson Crawford taking a shot that goes wide. Niagara quickly clears that one all the way down the ice. Carson Crawford skating after it. John McAndrew there to stop it, being chased by Peter Spemeni, as the Lakers skate down the ice once again on the face-off, on the power play rather, 12:15 to go. Ryan wraparound looking for Saselka. Trent King has it. King to Saselka, down low to Keys. Keys skating in, backhands the slot, shot, Dorito blocked up in front. Oh, what a chance for Oswego State. Just couldn't get the shot through for Dorito. A big chance for the Lakers on this primary power play unit. 11:55 to go in the period. Now 1:15 on the power play all the way down the ice. Saselka loses the race of the puck, just knocks it down. Niagara wrapping it around the boards. Dorito there to stop it. Keys now has it, sliding away, looking to will do a little bit of a power forward move, wrapping it around to Saselka. Or Trent King. Trent back to Carson Crawford. Crawford to Dorito. Dorito down low to Keys. Keys on the opposite side of the net mouth, taps it away. Just trying to find a teammate now. Niagara has it now. Maybe looking for a little bit of a chance. 2-on-1, shorthanded. Here come the Purple Eagles, cross ice, skating around, shot, and it's in! Louis Shabbat, short-handed. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Niagara getting a much-needed break. 2-on-1, Lakers with some momentum. Louis Shabbat makes it a 2-goal game once again with a 2-on-1 goal, backhand, forehand, backhand, and he gets it past John McAndrew to make it 4-2 Purple Eagles with 11:22 left. Lakers still have 45 seconds on the power play. Potentially make this a 1-goal game again. And that's a momentum killer right there. And Oswego State maybe had most of it going. I wouldn't say they had all of it, just Niagara's prowess and all. But either way, Niagara gets a much-needed goal to create some more breathing room as the Lakers were breathing on the net, on the goal, not on the front door rather, or the back door, depending on how you want to look at it in the game of hockey. But 11:10 left in the period. Lakers just throw it down the ice and wrap it around the boards. The other power play unit out there now, random shot or wild shot from Bailey Dowse from the blue line, and that one's eventually blockered away by Calabret. Niagara clearing it down the ice again with 15 seconds to go in the period. Or excuse me, on the power play, 10:50 to go in the period, and Niagara leading 4-2 after the shorthanded goal from Louis Chabot. Lakers trying to get one last rush in with 5 seconds to go, and that one's going to be a souvenir. As Nolan Sullivan tried to control the pass, but Niagara poked it out of play with 10:40 to go in the period. 3 seconds to go on the power play for the Lakers, so that one just about all over as the faceoff will be in the neutral zone on the Lakers' defensive half, but on the near side of the rink. Power play over for the Lakers as they have possession now, or Niagara has possession now, just throwing it down the boards. And Niagara still has it. Shot. That one goes off the post. Shot coming from Cassette, it looks like. It was Cassette. Beat McAndrew, but not the post. That shot also wide from Cassette with 10:10 to go. Niagara leading 4-2 here midway through the third period. Lakers trying to get something going. Now with some speed, Lakers going all the way down the ice, and it will be icing. Ryan Bartlett was skating after it, but instead winning that race is Alex Little. Bartlett had a chance and even 10 minutes to go here in the third. Oswego State trailing 4-2 after the shorthanded goal from Louis Chabot. Time will tell if that was the dagger or not, even though really, can you consider the dagger? Maybe. The dagger might be a future goal if there is one scored, but either way, Niagara has the puck after winning the faceoff and now behind their own goal. Seth Coulter skating up with some speed into the neutral zone. Owen Bartlett bumps him off the puck momentarily, so he just leaves it back for Schneidmiller. Schneidmiller, who's been here a while, he's a grad student, and his potential last year of eligibility for the Purple Eagles leaves it off for Coulter. Coulter over to Furlong. Furlong, long pass, no one home, and so that will be no icing as well, rather, as the Lakers, not sure exactly what the call was there. Now Braden Palfy rather skating after it, maybe potentially wanted an interference call after he was pulled off the puck racing after it. Calabret there first, however, to get it out of harm's way. Schneidmiller has it below his goal. Skating up with some speed, 9 minutes to go in the period. Lakers trailing 4-2 here at Dwyer Ice Arena in Niagara, New York. Renzoni throws it into the neutral zone. No icing as Niagara's right there to stop it well before the red line. Now here comes Belanger, excuse me. Back in the neutral zone now for Niagara. Lakers just clearing it a couple times with 8:40 to go in the period. Dean Taylor with it, spins around. He's the one that had the penalty earlier, but Niagara capitalizes shorthanded with 8.5 to go. But that one will be icing as his pass attempt goes wide of everybody with 8:29 to go. Lakers get an offensive zone faceoff, looking to maybe inch closer once again after it was a one-goal game. But either way, Niagara ending any sort of momentum that Oswego State might have been carrying extra